Cody, it's not too late to make me the librarian. Hi, I'm Ariel Italic.
Do it!
Yeah.
And you're watching Nobody's Watching Wrestling. We just started watching AEW because it just started existing, so this is our take on Double or Nothing.
Thank fucking God.
We're going to start things off with the Battle Royale. I do want to talk about Pillman's mullet.
It was perfect.
It's the kind of thing
It's not usually bleached like that. It's usually more natural and a little curlier. But it's always majestic.
It's a versatile mullet.
Yeah. So MJF's been doing this really good thing in all the YouTube videos where he's super, super rude to everyone, but he sucks up to Cody, and then the second Cody's not looking, he goes back to being rude to everyone.
Love it.
It's the perfect Long Island brat gimmick, and it's something I essentially, from my very Long Island heart, understand fundamentally, because that was everyone I went to high school with.
He did really sell the character. It was like he was cutting a promo while he was wrestling. It was actually a really impressive Double or Nothing, and he went double.
He's definitely the one I remember the most.
Yeah.
Dustin Thomas was also great, though I noticed that they had a hard time using him because no one wanted to attack him.
Except MJF.
Except
MJF, which is great.
It's such a heel thing.
Yeah.
But it went. The problem then became that because no one wants to be seen as attacking the guy who's an amputee, he just didn't get to wrestle that much.
Yeah, that sucks.
I felt bad for. I was like,
the amputee. He's there for a reason.
He can handle it.
He can handle it.
And so he got some MJF action, and he did get to take down Shawn Spears. He got to take down Shawn Spears, which was like, Shawn Spears took one for the team, but Shawn Spears also did zero fighting back. It was just fully, not engaging. He just, let it happen. The reason that I wanted more people to fight him is because I do want to see him have a chance to show off his capabilities, which I'm sure are intensely great.
I think he's officially on the roster.
Oh, good.
So we'll see more of him, I hope.
Jungle Boy, Luke Perry's son, was fun to watch. But there was another guy that looked similar to him, so I kept getting confused.
Adam Page had similar gear, and they were both fluffy and blonde.
Fluffy and curly and good looking.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Nakazawa's baby oil. I don't have anything more to say about it. I just want to talk about it.
You saw it.
He's a slippery boy.
I am pleased that he oiled himself up multiple times.
It was like 2 bottles of baby oil, wasn't it?
He had a spare one.
I would love to know where he kept either of those, because he was not wearing
His
much.
trunks.
One of them was up his ass.
1,000,000% was a butt plug.
Yeah.
Oh.
Butt plug baby oil.
It's the only way.
Wait. Butt plug baby oil. Yeah.
Welcome to the stage.
I was going to say it. Luchasaurus, also a good favorite.
What a sweet baby. Sweet baby dinosaur.
We recently discovered very good looking out of mask, but also giant and with a master's degree.
There's just a lot to like about him. That's husband material.
He also loves a gay.
Oh, great. I think cautiously is the best way to enjoy us.
Yes.
Especially during Pride. Watch out. We're allowed to commit crimes.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's queer this month, guys.
Except for Republicans.
Happy June. Eat some ass.
So, our best friend, Sunny Kiss.
Oh,
First of all, new gear. Looks great, babe. You
Looks
just
great.
nailed it. The pink and blue looks amazing. Her nails were right.
Has she not worn that before?
I'm pretty sure that was new.
It's a similar style. It was definitely new.
Yeah.
She always wears the similar style that she
She has a signature silhouette like Bianca Del Rio.
It's great.
True.
It's great.
Yeah. There was a lot of controversy about Sunny Kiss, largely because Jim Cornette, who is a famous wrestling personality, manager, historian, piece of shit, went on a long rant about how he found it disgusting that Sunny Kiss was not realistic as a fighter, looked too much like a out-of-work drag queen. He used the word transvestite. The main gripe was that he just didn't find him convincing as a real fighter. The kind of tertiary argument was that Jim Cornette was just using a bunch of homophobic bullshit around that.
Yeah, I think that if you think that the person who is a literal dinosaur is more realistic, then maybe it's not realism you're worried about. Just a thing to think about. Someone was a dinosaur.
Someone was a dinosaur.
We actually just don't need to say any more about that.
We don't need to say anything.
We got it.
The other person that's a dinosaur is Jim Cornette, so get out of here.
Yeah. Bye. Looking forward to your extinction, bitch. Mwah.
This is all I looked up is his face. He looks like an abnormally colored piece of poo that like came out of a soft serve machine and made a person.
The other day I was watching Chernobyl and decided it would be a fun idea instead of watching puppies getting shot in the face to argue with Jim Cornette on Twitter. And it was just a great time, guys.
Did he respond to you?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
How did I miss this?
Yeah. It was like 1 a.m.
It's Pride Month. Eat ass, Jim Cornette.
So weirdly, Orange Cassidy just comes out after the 21st person was announced and just does his thing, which is the best.
He is my new favorite wrestler.
Just truly the best.
It is indicative of everything that my new favorite wrestler did not wrestle.
One of my favorite things is just to not do drag when I do drag.
Yeah, oh my god, he's kind of your spiritual sister.
Yeah, hey, spiritual sister.
Good looking and hungover.
The other day, I put a chair in front of the stage, back facing the audience, and performed.
It's exactly like that.
It was beautiful.
People loved it.
It was really wonderful to see everyone get in on it, including the announce table, who acted like he was murdering someone for doing the lightest little kicks I've ever seen. Just a little, like, 5-year-old at a dance recital kick, and they were like, oh my god, he can't take it! Is he gonna live through it? A+ to the announce table for witnessing a murder when none happened.
My favorite is when you go back and look at that video, Jungle Boy is in the corner, just fully like agape.
Agape?
There.
Where are we? It's Pride Month. Everybody's agape.
He was fully shocked and horrified at the damage Orange Cassidy was delivering in the most perfect way. Anyway, then Adam Page comes in and he's cute and wins.
Here's my thing. I don't know if this was an announce table botch or if this is something that is canonical, but he used to be Hangman Page, and now he's clearly Hangman Page. And if he lost that shitbag pronunciation to the WWE, I am fine with it.
He was never in WWE.
NXT, what the fuck was he in?
NJPW.
Oh, whatever. So they used to call him Hangman Page, and I guess he lost that in a contractual dispute, but I'm okay with him being Hangman Page.
That's just the difference?
Yeah.
He's hanging one man at a time now.
It's an emphasis on the last or first syllable, but it was a noticeable change because it used to grate the shit out of me.
Well, Jim Ross isn't Jewish, but it sounds more like just like a Jewish pronunciation, like Spider-Man.
Do you think that everyone in NJPW just thought he was Jewish?
Could be.
And they all knew? They were just like, oh, we have to be culturally respectful to Hangman Page.
I don't know anything.
I couldn't tell you word one about the rules of this nonsense. Card suits, different teams, 100,000 people in there.
Who cares? It was fun.
All I know is that Hangman Page won.
You did it!
Whether or not he's Jewish.
I had trouble believing him as a Joker, but okay.
I really thought you were going to say I thought I had trouble believing him as a Jew. He's just got too much foreskin for that pronunciation.
Well, and you know I know about a good foreskin.
Match 2 is Kylie Rae versus Nyla Rose versus Dr. Britt Baker. I want to start with, I guess, Britt Baker because she wears that jacket.
I kind of like the jacket.
I like it.
Here's my...
Her hair looked great.
Here's my thing with the jacket, is that it is all tell. Like, it's not just that she's wearing a dentist jacket. It's that it's a jacket that just says, it's basically just says dentist all over it. It's like so extra. Like, we get it. You're a dentist.
I feel like last time we saw her, we actually said she's not playing up the dentist enough.
No, no.
That sounds like us, actually.
No, because last time she was just wearing what looked kind of like a white loose blazer. Like, it didn't look medical at all. So she just needs a lab coat. It doesn't have to say dentist on it.
No, just a lab coat would be boring.
Yeah,
that's happened before.
Teeth. I have no problems with bedazzled teeth. Yeah, add some blood splatters on
blood.
I'm in.
I think that Kylie Rae feels like the girl that Bayley babysat as a child, but I'm not mad at it.
I have nothing bad to say about that woman. I think she's amazing and she's smiley, and when she wasn't smiling, she went for it. She went dark.
Nyla was. I mean, what could one say? She's great.
Everything.
She's. I don't know what else to tell you.
Talk about a legitimately intimidating competitor. Like, out of
Her
everyone,
entrance gear is like the best.
she just looked like I do not want to get into a fight with her. She would kill me.
I will say this. Her skull hood has like a red around it.
Wait, is the skull connected to the hood?
I think so, but because there's no red anywhere else in her gear, when she came out, it was immediately noticeable to me, and so I think she needs multiple skull hoods in multiple colors, just so you can match your outfit.
I'm just not going to complain about that suggestion.
Yeah, I don't necessarily love her in-ring gear. And it was coming off a little bit in the back.
I was ready for her to be like some sort of death goddess. And
She is, though.
she is, but I wanted it to be like, I wanted that to be reflected elsewhere in how she was dressed, because once the skull came off, there were no more skulls.
I see what you're saying.
Where are the rest of the skulls?
More
Yeah.
skulls.
You're rubbing off of me. I now just want more skulls.
Quit rubbing on her.
Okay.
Hey.
I have straight fans for that. Don't worry about it.
Then Brandy Rhodes comes out.
Brandy.
She was already there, right?
a vision. She was there, but she was she came out.
She came out.
She was a vision in white.
Pride Month. She came out.
They hinted that she would be the one to insert herself into
Because
Yeah.
she was in flats.
She was in ring gear.
It was a smart detail to put her in a flat. So we were like, oh, she's getting in there.
It was a true fake out.
And then,
And then
everyone, she says she wants the match to be awesome, and awesome Mother Christing Kong
Mother Christing.
stomps on out.
A vision.
I felt the thunder in my thighs.
Oh, I felt the thunder all over. I felt it down under. And here's the thing. She is not as young as some of the other competitors, but
she looks incredible.
But
also just an incredible performer.
She's so beautiful.
she didn't have as much wrestling to do, but they were very careful to make sure that they gave her stuff where she looked incredible doing it. She didn't have a long stay in the ring, but what she did looked start to finish amazing. They did her right. She did it right. It was all correct.
What I did appreciate is the booking of Awesome Kong. So there was another large woman in there. So they weren't focusing on just Nyla being the large woman in front of these skinny, traditionally attractive women.
It was smart. It was great
really
booking.
smart, and I appreciated that.
And it was cool to watch.
Did not appreciate the announce table if that's what they were going for.
It was cool to watch Nyla go head to head with someone as big as
Just them like facing each other gave me chills.
I have to say the match was a bit sloppy, but I didn't mind it.
There was a little
because
sloppiness, yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't mind it because everyone was so charismatic and cool, and I cared so much about each of them.
Well, here's another thing: is it felt like they wanted it to be two different matches. They wanted the Britt Baker and Smiley Kylie to be in one match, and they wanted the other, but they couldn't. They didn't have enough time for two bookings.
It's true.
That's what it felt like.
You're right,
and that's why it's sloppy.
You're not wrong. I don't disagree at all. That's actually really astute.
Oh, thanks.
There was that amazing spot where Awesome Kong powerbombed everyone.
Oh shit!
Anyway, who won this shit?
Britt Baker kicked the bow out of Kylie's hair.
That was so cool.
That bow hung on for dear life.
For dear life.
We've all been there.
And she never took it out. She got it kicked out. I like it. So Britt
was
Baker
so
won?
cute.
Yeah, Britt Baker won.
I guess like when you take someone's bow out, that's business.
I'm not mad
I don't know
about
rules.
anything about this match except for what I mentioned already. I'm glad that anybody won this match.
Congratulations.
I'm excited
Britt.
for Awesome Kong and Nyla just them.
Yeah, I
to
want
go.
a singles match with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Great job, Britt. Don't forget to floss. Match 3 is the Best Friends versus Jack Evans and Angelico.
Match 3 is not the best match.
I mean, it was fine. I enjoyed the neon yellowy situation they don't have a team name. They should have a team name.
Yeah, they gotta get a team.
Those pizzazzy boys with the pizzazz on their
Pizzazzy boys. Good job.
Come
yeah,
on.
you need
got
them.
those pizzazzy pants.
My criteria for if an outfit is good is usually if whether or not it would fit in at a ghetto goth party, and they just would.
Oh,
What?
yeah. Totally.
Really?
Yeah. It's just total
This
obnoxious.
is new news to me.
It's just totally obnoxious new metal / streetwear. Like, that's it.
When I first saw it, I will admit that I hated it, but the more I watched it sort of like flip around, the more I got into it.
Look, they all looked fine. The wrestle was fine, but they all looked the same. The color schemes were the same. They were all these pretty white boys. I got confused.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what the best friends' names are.
No.
Oh.
I couldn't even tell you who the best friends are.
I know.
Oh, what are they?
Trent is the one with the longer hair.
Of course, it's Trent.
His name is Trent with a question mark.
His real name is Greg.
Sure. I don't know if you're allowed to just dead name someone like that.
Not during Pride Month.
No, you're right. But apparently that's what he goes by in real life, so it's not dead naming. Bye.
And the other one is Chucky T.
Oh,
Chucky T.
sure, great.
He is at the Ghetto Goth Party.
He was not. No, those
he's
two
not?
were not. The other two were.
Oh.
No, Chucky T looks like he's picking up his son from the Ghetto Goth Party.
Is there anything spectacular to say about this match?
They hug each other.
It's fun.
Nice to watch boys hug.
I mean, it seemed very pandering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked Jack Evanson and Helico and how they worked together. I thought they were really fun and their double team attacks were really cool.
Yeah, they work really well together. It's amazing they don't have some sort of cute name for their pizzazzy little selves.
They made it a very strong point to repeatedly tell us that in AEW there is a 10 count between tags.
Yes.
And it was cool to see someone actually using that in an interesting way.
Yeah, if you're going to change the rules, abuse those rules.
Yeah.
The best friends win. And then, right as they're going in for the hug, there's a full blackout, which at first I thought was just about like the power of their masculine friendship. But then, when the lights come back on, someone in some sort of like purple skirt situation is there with a lot of his masked friends, and they cause mayhem that I do not understand.
So much mayhem.
I like that it's setting up for further mysteries.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
All right.
I hated it until you said that.
Yeah, but like AEW, don't season 7 of Lost me. I need this to pay off.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. This is like the season debut. We're setting up for plots down the road.
This is wrestling. I am always worried about that.
I just don't know what's
Fair.
going to happen in the future because they've introduced so many people and so many storylines in this Double or Nothing.
And so many of them have masks on.
And so many are masked.
I love spooky henchmen.
The announce table did convince me for a second that it might have been an actual power outage.
All right, we'll keep an eye out for Purple Skirt in the future. Next match. It's the Joshi match. I'm going to read the names. We've got Riho. We've got Ryo Mizunami. We've got Hikaru Shida. That's team 1. We've got Yuka Sakazaki. We've got Emi Sakura. And we've got Aja Kong. That's team 2. There's a lot to say about all of them. Let's just dig on in.
I love all of them.
They were all very great.
It was probably the best technical match until the end, which we will get to. But like in terms of just like pacing, the way they were executing the moves, just everything about it was perfection.
I was really impressed with how much personality they instilled into all of the technical wrestling. Usually it's sort of either you're being a fun, silly person or you're really killing it and doing like wrestling by the book. And this was somehow both.
Yeah.
I had never thought about that before, but true. Keeps you engaged.
So this is like a very specific Japanese style of wrestling called Joshi.
Tell us.
It is known for being one of the technically hardest hitting styles of wrestling, and these girls train probably harder than literally anyone else on the planet.
Huh.
So that's just a fun fact that they are probably some of the strongest and toughest people on the entire roster, despite looking like adorable Cardcaptor Sakura characters.
I just want to give a shout out to Emi for fully just being Freddie Mercury.
Drag King realness in the ring.
Like fully did a "We Will Rock You" chant. It was just everything I've ever needed.
I don't even like Freddie Mercury, and I was living.
Whoa!
Let's go.
Whoa!
Don't
How do you not even like him? There's something you like.
No, thanks.
In Pride Month.
Yep.
Oh my
We're gonna have to touch on this later.
You
You're
owe
just
him
wrong.
so much of your
Hate Queen.
faggotry.
Fuck him.
Aja Kong, amazing wrestler, great. I was gonna say salesperson, but you know what I mean. Like she sells it. I think we owe her better ring gear than what she's wearing.
Who,
I
Aja
loved
Kong?
it.
Is that who's in?
Yeah,
No, it's fine.
I loved it.
I wanted to love it.
Her makeup was scary.
Her makeup was so beautiful.
I'm just more concerned that maybe she shouldn't. I don't know. She was having trouble walking to the ring.
She was having trouble walking, but she can do a suplex just fine.
She can do it, but like how much longer?
You have to crawl before you can walk, and you have to walk before you can suplex. I just think that if you aren't mobile enough to take like a nice brisk jog down to the ring, then you shouldn't get in it.
Counterpoint, wasn't she the coolest person you've ever seen in your entire life, though?
She was pretty cool.
Yeah. I just want her to live.
How'd you feel about the little harem pants magical girl?
We have seen her. We saw her in a Chikara match, and she was amazing then, and she's amazing now. She so beautifully captures what it's like to be the tiniest thing in the world that can still murder you.
Just amazing. I mean, between her and Smiley, I didn't realize there were Smiley fun characters like that besides Bailey, to be honest. Like, I hadn't seen, and then there were two in this show.
Hikaru Shida was so regal and beautiful and graceful.
Oh my god. There were so many, you know how there are like different kinds of drag? There's like Brooklyn drag and Manhattan drag, whatever. This was like all the kinds of drag.
So true.
Like everyone was doing a different kind of drag in this match, and they all were like
Perfect.
the best at it.
Yeah.
I get that.
So the match was perfection. Everything was wonderful.
Until.
It was not the ref's fault.
Nope.
It was distinctly not the ref's fault.
Yeah.
But the person in charge of the bell did not realize there was a 2 count and rang it too early.
Yeah.
And in a moment of ultimate professionalism, the ref, I believe her name is Aubrey, shows the entire stadium a 2 and makes sure to hold it there until the error is corrected, because she is a professional.
Yeah, this was some like theater school shit when you have to play to the back row of the house. I thought it was really impressive that she was doing the full, like, directing a plane to land, like, giant hand motions, making everything as clear as possible. There was no break in the action. There was no hesitation. There was no confusion. She took everything well in hand.
And she did not back down. She was like, that was 2.
You have
this
to.
Match is not done.
That's theater.
Yeah.
So the reason that the ref needed to dive in is because when Emmy pinned Shida, that would have changed the whole outcome, because Shida's team is supposed to win, and eventually does. The Aja Kong team, despite having Aja Kong, does not win, but they are all still perfect, and we love all of them equally for handling everything with style, grace, elegance, and probably a wild array of fragrances.
From front to back, this was probably my favorite match of the whole card.
I liked the front and the back. It's Cody versus Dustin Rhodes, and it's weird that Cody is Dustin Rhodes' brother but can't use his last name because he lost it in a contract dispute.
What? Is that true?
Doesn't the WWE own Cody Rhodes?
I'm not 100% sure on that, but it sounds right.
But Dusty can use Dusty Rhodes?
Because he was Gold Dust.
Oh.
Also, Dusty's his dad. Dustin is the man. This match has a lot of drama behind it because, of course, these are brothers pitted against one another.
I thought it was so wonderfully Shakespearean that this has been built up for literal generations. I just thought it was so epic, but not in the way that annoying people on the internet use it. Like, literally.
Yeah. I don't know much about their history. I want to watch their dad. I want to dive into the history, but like... Yeah, I felt the same way.
I also like that you don't have to know the history because it's just literally, these are brothers.
They're brothers.
Blood relatives fighting each other, like physically fighting each other. If you've ever seen two of your relatives physically fight, you know that that's drama.
We also all have had some sort of drama with a family member. Everyone.
Yeah, go to Thanksgiving dinner. It's horrible.
But it's also like the way that Dustin came to represent a certain part of WWE's history and how Cody represents the future was dramatized through their battle.
Also, Dustin is 50 and he doesn't have a lot of this left.
Nope.
He was doing great though.
He was way more impressive than he has been in his past 10 years.
He looked great.
WWE.
I feel like he used to be like heavier, not just more muscular, but like heavier.
I think he trimmed he trims bod baby the whole way through that.
Yeah, and a Nicole.
So right off the bat, I have a question about a big theatrical thing that happened, which is that Cody took a sledgehammer to a stone chair.
Yeah, it's Triple H's chair.
Oh, symbolic.
That's crazy.
Rude shade. That's drag, is what that is.
Yeah. People think it's because Triple H called AEW a pissant company. I think it's because of, everything.
Well, it was just a smarter read than calling somebody a pissant.
Yeah, for sure. The one thing that I will say about it is it's kind of funny because in public, all of the AEW people have been like, we're not looking to compete with WWE. We're looking to provide an alternative. And it's like, that sounds good, but then you're also smashing a giant Triple H chair. So like,
I think we all saw bullshit through that stuff, though.
right?
We're definitely, this is definitely here to...
Especially after all the reports are coming out about how successful AEW Double or Nothing was, where it's like, no, you guys are competition.
Also,
bitch.
they're raising money for like victims of gun violence at their next show. Like, this is pointedly an alternative to that other company.
Is fighting your brother who is bleeding all over everything within reach.
I literally almost shut off the match. It got to be too much. At first, I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. I hope it ends soon. But like, smothered and covered like their Waffle House hash browns in blood.
I loved it. That's it.
I did worry about like the legitimate medical concern of him losing that much blood.
I needed him to get to the doctor.
He's 50 and he's like a Sally O'Malley 50.
Yeah.
Like he likes to kick and stretch,
shimmy
and bleed. And I was just, there was a lot of his blood. I shouldn't be able to see that much of your blood.
He was still doing like full, corkscrew, whatever.
He was doing
suplexes.
great, but like that's just like what happened when he got backstage. I'm sure he almost died.
I mean, it says something that the announce table was screaming about how he couldn't see through all the blood in his eyes.
I'm definitely glad I did not shut off the match.
You did miss the butt, though.
I missed the butt. Oh, damn it. I missed the butt.
The one not bloody thing in this match was Cody's butt. Just as smooth as two newborns' heads pressed next to each other.
That is the most grotesque description of a butt.
Gross.
Like two peach dolphins just caressing the waves with their smooth skin. I've never seen anything that smooth. Like when you buy 2 extra large brown eggs at the grocery store.
I have a question.
Yes, thank you.
Did Cody get lip fillers, though?
Well, I wasn't looking at that half of him. I don't know.
Well, I have nothing to say anymore. You broke me.
I legitimately do not know if he got anything pumped.
We're talking about butts, and you said the word pumped.
You get pumped in the face. You get injections.
Oh, yeah, I get pumped in the face.
It's pride.
It's pride. Everyone gets pumped in the face.
Cody, not surprisingly, wins this match because his brother is like deflating before our eyes.
And 50.
And 50. He's 70 now. But
Blood years.
through the ocean of blood, he gives a truly heartwarming speech. And you know it's heartwarming because no one cries when there's that much blood on the ground.
This is what I was going to say earlier.
I think people cry when there's that much blood on the ground all the time.
all the time.
When people get killed, car accidents.
I mean, it takes you so long to collect all that blood. You don't want to lose it.
I cried.
I like the detail that
I definitely cried.
We should talk for real about Cody's speech. So Cody extends like this beautiful olive branch that he doesn't just want an opponent nor a tag team partner, but his older brother.
It was really cute.
It was deeply heartfelt in a way that
Cody literally started crying too. It was like an emotional moment.
It's Health Goth Samurais versus Elvis impersonators. Go!
I was gonna say Lucha Bros versus Young Bucks, but yours is better.
There were 4 people in the ring.
Also, an accurate statement.
I hate everything the Young Bucks have ever worn. However, Elvis impersonators for a Vegas
so
show.
good.
It's fun.
It's really
It's
good.
fun.
The thing about this match is that it is incredibly flippy.
So flippy. You love flippy.
I do love flippy, But even for me, this felt less like a match and more almost like a victory lap. Like everyone was just showing off the cool things they could do, but it just became
they all did really cool things.
Who are you, Jim Cornette?
Yeah, I really hate gay people.
Right.
I'll watch those ghosts of sneakers do cool flips all over the place.
It was great, but I think my love of a flippy match came up against my distaste for a match that has overstayed its welcome.
Wow.
Yeah, I get it. I get that. It was enjoyable to watch the story at the beginning, and the wrestling was great. Shorten it.
They busted it all out too early, and then it's like, girl, I already came. Like, you gotta pull out.
It's pride.
How are you nastier than I am on this episode?
Okay, last match. Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega. It is possible that neither of these men have ever dressed well. Just like a hypothesis.
So Kenny Omega's outfit was inspired by an anime called Sword Art Online, which is an anime so nerdy and for losers that I don't even fucking watch it.
Whoa,
not.
that's mean. I don't even know this.
Will not watch Sword Art Online. It's trash. Get out of here, Kenny. Grow up. Watch Evangelion.
I'm not going to tell him what anime to watch, but I am going to tell him to
I
find
fucking will.
a new hairstylist.
I loved his haircut. I loved the dye job. It looked very New Romantics. It was very 80s in a very glam.
The hair was fine.
No wave way.
It's as punk as Kenny could ever be.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to agree with this.
The lightning print pants with the PlayStation 3 font, we could do without.
Kenny was more enjoyable this time around, too.
It's the comparison to Chris Jericho, who is just
probably true.
not... He's not trying to be enjoyable. That's sort of not what he's going for as a wrestler. He wants you to dislike him, and he's good at it.
He's also almost 50, basically.
Oh, I know.
And he was moving around pretty damn well for an almost 50-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm not as concerned about his health, mainly because I'm not concerned about him.
No, he's like a fit dad.
With weird titties.
He does have weird titties! Oh my god, his titties are so weird!
They're weird.
Well, he's kind of got a concave chest, so that makes for some weird titties.
It's true.
So that sucks.
All titties are beautiful?
His nipples look like he had used those fetishy nipple suction things to make them bigger.
Kofi Kingston's also got them weird wrestle titties that just comes from being a wrestler for a long time and breaking everything inside of you.
Where'd you find this out? Weird Tittypedia?
Jericho was doing a lot of shit that I didn't quite understand character-wise. He picked up one of the cameras to carry around.
That was hilarious.
Because he just needs like a moonlighting gig. I mean, WWE
He's just in
didn't pay enough,
charge.
so
The AEW is for him.
he has a lot of character pieces that aren't all going together for me. Other than general, I don't like this man, which is what he's trying to get out of
Yeah,
you.
that makes it all go together.
The costume and the
What dickhead
side
just
job
takes the camera away from the cameraman?
Is he just a dickhead?
He's just a
Yeah, that's
dickhead.
it.
That's not a great
Here,
character.
Max, let me have that camera. See? I can't even get the camera.
You're too much of a face.
I'm nice.
Your titties aren't weird enough.
Oh, there's a lighter in here. My titties are flaming. It's Pride Month.
This match went on for a long time.
You don't like that.
I came in and out of Instagram on it, but I caught the major parts. Jericho wins this match, but that is not the only insult that Kenny has to face. A, broken nose. B, loses to Chris Jericho. C, Jon Moxley comes out and continues to... He, briefly attacks both Jericho and the ref, but mostly... He kicks a lot of Kenny Omega all around this arena.
You really know.
All over it.
I liked his outfit. I liked the vest with the spray paint. I liked the camo pants.
The spray paint on the vest was really good.
The pants were camo and had stuff on it, but not in a distracting way.
It just looked like elevated from what he was trying to do before in the cult.
He don't got to do no more goofy shit.
Look, I wish him the best. I want him to flourish in AEW, and I like seeing his first steps into the sunlight.
I was expecting him to take one of those poker chips and just throw it.
But he threw a man off the poker chips.
Yeah, cool.
He threw a whole Kenny Omega off a stack of comically oversized poker chips.
Also, I hope we can go visit those poker chips at that Vegas graveyard one day.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Everyone, we're all just wandering through a Vegas graveyard of spectacle and emotions, but this one's over.
It's Pride.
As always, we are begging for your money to support this whole endeavor. We have a Patreon that's listed below, so go ahead and give $1 to it, and you'll get to be in the end credits that are about to scroll. I'm at Ariel Italic at all of the places.
Lady Berica Andrews.
I'm happy the WWE will fail soon.
Fuck you, Vince. It's Pride.